Why, hi there. It's nice to talk to you all again. I wanted to take a few minutes to update you with what I was doing because I really haven't given a lot of status updates in a while and figured would just be best just to do it this way. As of mid-February, I stopped writing about sports on a daily basis. It was after nearly a year and 3/4 and 600 pieces. Um, it was time. Uh, a friend who I won't say shared an email that that person received from someone in the industry and was very eye-opening about, treat this as a hobby, don't expect to get rich out of it, and a variety of other things that just made sense. The majority of what you read on the web from independent sites for sports is absolute garbage. And trying to cut through that with content that not only you would want or me as a writer would want to read, but hoping that my audience would want to read, became tougher and tougher and tougher to do. For the last site I worked at, the most read piece I did was a piece on who the Nesson Red Sox sideline reporter was having an affair with, and it's I just don't find that stuff really all that interesting. Over the course of nearly 2 years, I did 600 pieces, including podcasts and articles for a variety of different sites, and I don't remember 90% of what I did. And I think if you're going to go through and do something for a job, I think you want to be able to not look back on it in 4 or 5 months and go, oh, I did that. I mean, yes, there are some very good things I'm taking out of the experience. I've made two, hopefully, lifelong friends who who have been wonderful to me and given me good counsel, and they're just good to hang out with. And I've met some people in the industry who are wonderful and who are very, very good at what they do. They established themselves early that that's what they wanted to do, and they weren't trying to jump into it when you're supposed to be halfway through a career. Um, you do this money wise. I don't think I made $1,000 in the 2 years, and I'm not. If I'm working for myself, which is what I'm currently doing, then you get paid when you get something published. But my time is worth more than pennies an hour, which is pretty much what I got paid. It's a wonderful hobby, but I have lots of other wonderful hobbies that are rewarding, that that are more enriching for other people, and that I generally get more pleasure out of. This doesn't mean I've stopped writing. I'm writing fiction. I've doing some alternative history, hopefully a series of medium length stories, not quite novel length, but really not considered short, that I probably will publish myself, and hope to turn that into something, because I think if you're going to sit at a keyboard and do something besides rattle off facts, that you have to have some passion for what you're doing. Most of what I read elsewhere, uh, well, let me back up first. The first professional job I did was covering a World Series. At that point, what it can only really go downhill from there if you cover the premier event in the sport that you truly love. And I got to cover two. I got to cover the Red Sox winning the past World Series, and that was even on a smaller basis, and that was great. Um, but it doesn't pay any bills. If you're going to this sports writing is a job that requires you spend a lot of research time and hours watching and hours reaching out and time on Twitter, and you're never really off duty, and that's fine because it's what if you choose to do that, it's what you want to do. But on the other hand, it has to come back to you at some point with some financial gain. I mean, at this point, after doing all this, there's no way I would take an assignment that paid me less in average than a penny a word. And trust me, I made a lot less than a penny a word. So if you are starting a website and you want to have professionals come in and write for you and treat them as professionals, you better be talking about paying at least minimum wage. If you can't afford to be paying people minimum wage, then you shouldn't be offering up the site, because, I mean, we do this because we love it, and chances are we would probably spend more time, time doing a lot of, anyway, watching games and stuff like that. But it has to pay off for everyone involved. And the most recent project I didn't really, I'm not quite sure it's paying off for them, to be honest. And it certainly didn't pay off for me. And it's not really what I want to, it's really not a horse I want to sit and, pursue at this point in my life. So I've signed up for a couple of courses, freebie courses. I'm going to start taking them. What is it? Oh, the Science of the Solar System, which I'm looking forward to. That starts tomorrow. So Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. And then in about 3 weeks, I start an English comp course through Duke University. The Science of the Solar System is through Caltech. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be working on some fiction and hopefully finish up the first story and do the first primary. Well, I've done the primary edit as I go. I know you're not supposed to do that. And then do the secondary edit, and then look at my self-publishing options and try to go that way, along with looking at other freelance jobs. But and I actually am thinking about going back to the Bleacher Report and just contributing once in a while, see if I can get my writing privileges back there and just get my name out there when I feel like I have something to contribute. I'm really not interested in pursuing a full-time career for doing that, and I'm not looking to get paid. I'm just kind of looking to get my name out there. So things are good beyond that, but I just wanted to pass that along, that things are okay. I'm not disappointed by anything that's happened in the last 2 years. It's cost me some things. I've made some bad decisions in trying to advance myself. And the only way you know that they're bad is just to go ahead and make them. You have to be able to take risks in life, and I think I took some pretty good ones. I think in the long run, I think they're going to pay off. But in the short term, just not something. I made some bad decisions, and you do it because you just haven't made them before. Now I know what to look for. So thank you very much. And when if you're interested in the pitch sheet for what I'm working on, send me a little note, and I'll get it to you. And until then, we'll talk to you the next time.